Bartok used palindrome. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am counting with my mouth. My mouth is counting with me. 5, 6, 7, 8. Who do we decimate? 2025. TikTok is getting banned. It's not just getting banned, but they're actually shutting it down. Which is honestly what I think anyone would really hope for, all things considered. You know what I'm saying? Like, hello, Alicia. Good to see you. The TikTok, right? TikTok is, it's like it's getting banned, but then they're shutting it down, which is the correct thing to do. That's what it's supposed to be. It is absolutely supposed to be shut down. That's the way that it goes. Holidays are good. My holidays were good. Thank you for asking. How is everybody's holiday? Christmas, if you do that, you know, for those of you that are pagan like me and you celebrate Christmas, and then there's New Year. And then there's Thanksgiving, and it's just all the hullabaloo and hullaballoons and balloons and hullas. We're trying to get to 25 million likes, everyone. 25 million likes, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, you know, 24,900,099 less more than usual. Hard deadline. We are ending right at 11:30. It is a 3-hour stream. Hello, Shark. Good to see you. I'm going to run a 3-hour stream exactly. I'm going to end 11:30 so I can go to bed because I've been trying to get up early. I've been making sourdough bread. I'm kind of like that. It's kind of my thing. I'm kind of a big deal in this house. I'm actually like, it goes probably daughter, Howard, our border collie, Lily and I are tied for second. Those are our dogs. Then my wife, and then me. I'm actually not at the top. I'm at the bottom. You got food poisoning and you're losing your mind. Dude, I had food poisoning 2 months ago. And when I say that I was out of commission for like 5 days, I'm not even joking. I'm so sorry you're going through food poisoning. That sucks. Ballsack. Rhodesy, are you here? Rhodesy with the Prelude number 10 was the first submission. Star Sparks Shadow of Cataclysmic Desires. What is a cataclysmic desire? That's an interesting word choice, right? We have desires and then we have cataclysmic desires. That's last time I had a cataclysmic desire, I had to open the incognito browser. You know what I'm saying? Ew, Seth, don't be gross. That's gross. You're gross. Ozzy Crawford, what's up? Rhodesy, what's going on, brother, man? We got a prelude. Let's go. Let's jump right in. Let's jump into Rhodesy. Rhodesy, I've seen that. We got a prelude. Prelude 10. Let's listen to a Rhodesy tune. We're going to start things off with a little prelude, you know what I'm saying? A little prelude by Rhodesy. Prelude 10. Rhodesy with the piano literature. You know what, Rhodesy? I need you to write something that's not piano music. That's the goal. That's the goal for you. 2025, not a piano piece. Bun, da-dun, da-da-da. I like the rhythms. C sharp minor prelude. Here we go. Rhodesy, prelude number 10. electric modulation, I'm down. Where are we in the score? What is going on? Where is this waltz? I like this very distinct, different B section. That's tight. I like that transition. Whoa, cool key change there. I like the median modulation. I probably do that with two hands. Trills. Just out of nowhere. C-sharp major. Cool. C-sharp major could have been like a secondary dominant into the 4, then resolving. That would have been a cool way. Like the disjunct harmony stuff. I like the disjunct harmony stuff. Alicia, thank you for the $2. Oh, look at area holidays. I'll say, hey, everybody's here. I was too busy listening. Archie actually considering submitting something. You should. You absolutely should. Let's go. YouTube has this new feature. It's called setting a goal. We're trying to set a goal of 25 million likes. Let's go. 25 million likes. I'm actually going to do a different stream today. I'm going to do catching predators online. So instead of doing music reviews, I'm going to go on message boards pretending to be an underage girl and see if I can catch creepy men. I'm not going to do that. Okay. Okay, so hi JJ. Hi Shark. Rhodesy. So this prelude is cool. It's I'm not really sure I jive with, like, I think I've talked about this before. It's like, oh, it's a prelude. Oh, it's a fugue. Oh, it's a ballade. Give them more colorful titles. You know what I'm saying? Like, give it something a little bit more, like give it a character piece, like man running through a wheat field with his pants halfway down, or something like that. Like, that's funny because then it paints an image in the listener's mind, and it honestly, it makes it relatable. It's funny. I've always, titles have always been important to me, and words have always been important to me. I'm sort of unique in that I really like words, and I'm kind of special in that way. But honestly, like, I feel like I would enjoy this more if it had a title. And honestly, can we get robots? Can we get robots in the chat to vote for man running through a wheat field with his pants halfway down as a title for this? I like the B section. So either A, sort of transition into these more character-driven pieces, because I think your pieces of music have a lot of character to them, literally. In the the stride piano style with the running 16th notes is very reminiscent of sort of mimi rags, which is cool. Like ragtime, with the particularly like this dum da dum dum da dum da da dum 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 da da dum 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 ba da dum dum dum. Even though it's in 3, actually a 3/4 rag would be kind of cool. I love the syncopation here, the hemiola sort of effect. That's pretty cool. I like that. But your music is very busy, right? There's a lot of parts. It kind of makes me wonder if there's like a section or two, and I've said this before, I think, about your music, that like develop one idea and sort of modernize that idea. Think about how the instrument is being played, who's playing it, and who is listening to it, right? So that you're diving into a more specific niche or style, as opposed to like it's just kind of a lot of stuff going on at a lot of different times. I think this is really interesting, the kind of hemiola stuff. But even like this thing where you went to the F minor median within C sharp minor, that in and of itself, playing with this, finding the common threads between C sharp minor and F minor, and that being sort of the bulk of the whole piece, as opposed to just like a lot of transition material, a lot of virtuosic playing, a lot of fast passages. It feels like an old-fashioned way of writing piano music. And that's not necessarily bad, but like it's just so much going on, and there's so much activity, and the structure isn't like the sort of A-B structure is clear, but I guess the musical idea is not entirely conveyed. And I don't just mean that in like a melodic sense, but I mean that in an aesthetic sense, right? Yes, rag waltzes do exist. I Archie, thank you. It was, or RC. I forget now. I know. After I said that, I was like, the rag waltzes are 100% a thing. I don't know why I said that. I've literally played them. Thank you for calling me out on that. Yeah, start refine like this. Like, I don't know if I would necessarily be able to pick out a Rhodesy piece of MIDI piano literature from any other like sort of MIDI piano pieces that I hear students write. Try and modernize, simplify. Maybe think about that. Try simplifying instead of making it more complex. But, keep doing what you're doing. It's cool. It's Prelude in C sharp minor, also known as Man Running Through a Wheat Field with His Pants Halfway Down. It's a 6.8 out of 10. Because I really like the principal theme. Kudos on the modulation in the F to F minor I thought was really pretty. The whole middle section was cool. Love the tempo change. Actually, tempo change was tight. So yeah, feckin' cool. All right, YouTube has this thing. It's called a goal. Our goal is 10. Let's set our goal. Our goal is 1 super chat. Our goal is 1 super chat and a 15-minute timer. Share how I'll celebrate. What should I do? Share how you'll celebrate. I'll show my belly. I don't know. I'll dance like a happy. Start goal. Goal started. Yeah, let's go. We got our goal set up, chat. I don't even know what it means. Cool. All right, next up. Tohi1234, are you here? Bold Stride. Tohi, are you with us? Otherwise, we're going to move on to my friend Shark. Tohi, are you here? Oh, wait, no. JK. We're doing Alicia. Whose name, like, I know you, but I don't remember your music. I can, if I'm remembering, it's very sort of like fantasy wind band. Yeah. Fantasy wind band sort of questing type music. Yeah. I think I'm right. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Let's see. Here we go. This is Alicia Dalby, Quartet. Oh, it's hella quiet. Ooh, no title page. Wait, did I not have the score on the screen the whole time? Oh, my bad. Damn. Where's that oboe line? Oh my god, this is huge. I'm waiting for the piccolo cue. Oh, tight. Somebody's been listening to Stravinsky. This is very quirky. Ba-da-da. This is cute. Ooh, the triplets in 7/8. Aw. Wow, I don't think I've ever heard a combination of Stravinsky, Messiaen, Charles Ive, and Super Mario in the same in the same piece of band music. It was like Koji Kondo, like Super Mario Galaxy, Charles Ives, Stravinsky, and a touch of Messiaen with in some of the dense harmonies with a bit of Copeland. Sorry, I have like something in my eyeball and it's not my hand. Oh my god. My eye. Oh my god. Sorry. That was... My eye hurts. Why does my eye hurt? I'm crying. Maybe, dude, is this what emotions are? Am I feeling emotions? I don't like this. Make the emotions stop. No more emotions. Let's talk about these time signature changes. 5 plus 5 plus 7. So 10, 17, 17, 8 is in fact, 17, 8 is 12, 8 with a bar of 5. Just throwing that out there. Bun, dun, bun, Dean, dun, 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 dun. I'm wondering if some of this could be written not in so much mixed meter. Bum 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 bum, like that. Dee da 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 dee da 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 da. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. That could be 5, 4. Like anytime you have like, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too picky. I mean, I don't. The mixed meter is not like a problem. It's just sometimes when as composers, our notation software starts taking over, we're just like, oh man, let's just make time signature changes everywhere. I speak from personal experience. This is something I did when I was like, oh, you could just change time signatures. Then all my pieces had tons and tons. It's not the odd time signatures that are problematic. It's more the constant changing meters, right? This is gonna be tricky to. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh my God! 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Yeah, this. Oh my God. Yeah, your notation software is your hand if that's the case. I like notation brain is maybe what I should have said. I really like the writing in terms of like how it's structured, how it flows. I don't, the thing when you get these like 7, 8, 5, 5, 8, 3, 8, 9, 8, a lot of them do have this ooh e ooh ha ooh e ooh e ooh e ooh 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 ooh. This like it's moving, it's all over the place. Again, not bad, but like that in and of itself has sort of become its own style, and it kind of begs you to move into like, where's the 3, where's the 4, like a strong catchable rhythm, if you will. That's probably what I would suggest. Like, if you were my student and we were sitting down talking about it, I'd say I love also, what in God's name, what is that? What is that in the piano? What did the pianist ever do to you? That is like way too much. That's hilarious. Oh, that poor piano player. What else is going on in the piano part? Love the use of percussion. Really, really solid percussion writing. I think I remember that from last time. So yeah, I would suggest maybe finding a spot to where it goes into like a solid, catchable 3/4 or 4/4, maybe 5/4, right? If you want to keep it a little bit interesting, a little odd, but a strong, like, easy to lock in Shostakovich-esque. I'm not saying it needs it, but I would have liked to have heard it. Other than that, structure is pretty solid. Was there any tempo changes? There was kind of a mood change where I think it was some of the low brass held some long notes, and then the clarinet had a little solo. Where was that? I liked that part. Oh, it was the bassoons and the bass clarinet, and then the oboe. I had every single one of those things wrong. The brass, there was just a euphonium. This part, the little building, this was super cool. I love that. I would want to hear something more like this, where the whole piece is this whole piece is cascading these, not the whole piece, but like, finding these really quirky, interesting moments. And then expanding on those, right? Kind of similar to what I was saying about Rhodesy. I think I'm becoming a minimalist. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Fun, exciting. Yeah, it's an 8. 8 out of 10 for sure. Because the good writing, right? Good, interesting, crunchy harmonies. Kind of this pan diatonic thing going on. No title. Points docked for a title. 7.5. Half point lost. Sorry, Alicia. I love you, but come on, bro. You got to have a title. Even just calling it like Orchestra for Wind Band. No title is better than a lame title, though. I will say that. There was one part where the build-up was happening that I absolutely adored. Was that here? I forget where it was. I think it was a little bit later. Yeah, there was like, you sort of had this pedal tone. Oh, Quathic. That's right. It does have a title. It just doesn't have a title page. You're so right. All right, you get your half a point back. Back to an 8. Solid 8.0, chat. How we feel about that? Love it. Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary friends, welcome to the Wednesday night stream, the 3-hour stream where I review music for 3 hours and no more than 3 hours. I will stop at 11:30 because I have to go to bed. Moving on. Percussion ensemble. Did we figure out his Tohi here? Is Tohi in the chat? Why are we yelling? JJ Composer. McNeil's here. McNeil has been submitting 3s at a time. Let's do Sparks, Shadow of Cataclysmic Desires, because I had a really good Pornhub joke about that earlier. Oh no, I don't want a symphonic band. We'll go back. We'll come back to that. Sharks MIDI chiptune. Let's get it. Chiptune. I need my chiptune MIDI fix. I haven't heard any since last time we streamed. All right. It's wow. How did I download this? Underestimation by Shark L, who put their full name in the title of the file. What's going on? Is it playing? I'm so confused. What's happening? Did you send me an empty file? Is it just tacit? Shark! Your music is playing, but there's no sound. Am I bugging? What's going on? Okay, this is kind of spooky. I kind of like this. Oh, that was so weird. Two songs were playing at the same time. I was like, whoa, this is funky. There's like a wavy piano sample. Okay, sorry. Okay, that was so weird. Shark sent the wrong file. Wait, is this it or not? A solo synthesizer? So is this not it or is this it? Bro, you cannot be like wrong file once it's already started. Like that's on you to upload the right file. You crazy. You're out of my life. Out of your head. Tall Livy. Ivy? Ilvy? In Wilderness's Breath. Are you here? Tal Livy. Is Tal Livy here? Tal, are you here? All right. No one's here. It's just the good old regulars. I guess it's time for a Fabio tune, who didn't submit anything this time around, but I will go back to an early submission. Oh my god. This is such a long description. Alright, here we go. Fabio. This is called Archimada's Minigame. Hi, Taxi. Shark, don't worry. I'll get you. Bro, you straight. Like I'm not gonna forget you. Taxi boy. All right, you're up. What's up, Taxi? How you doing? Toxie? All right, we're gonna welcome a newcomer, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary friends. Put your hands together for. Oh wait, they didn't submit anything, bro. I need to do. Oh no, here it is. Dolus Karvis, Orchestral Symphonic. Very cool. All right, time to sit up. Here we go. All right, we're back. Here we go. Toxie Boy. Whoa. Oh, there's a whole cover page with some program notes. Chat, do we want to read the program notes? What do we think? I think it's worth reading the program notes. I personally like program notes. All right, we're opening up the program to read the program notes with this really fun artwork and doxing you because you put your name in the cover page. It's okay. I'm not mad. I'm just doxing you. The mucus of Dolus Karvis has two main inspirations. Musically, it was inspired by Ducas, the Sorcerer's Apprentice. This is why most of the piece has somewhat of a silly, goofy feeling to it. I was also a bit inspired by the large orchestra the pieces use. This is why I even added 2 cornet parts along the 2 trumpet parts. The main inspiration for this piece is the name of the piece, Dolus Karvis, Akko Davenport, a great friend of mine. It's an amazing, marvelous, and talented artist. He's also an animator, and okay, this is great. Love it, love it, love it. Technically royalty, blah, blah, blah. Personally think, all right, cool. Love it. Good program notes. Oh, I'm saying goodnight to my family. Good night, Simone. All right, here we go. Good program notes. Without any further ado, Dolus Karvis by Toxie Boy. Fuck yeah. Love a strong intro. Love me some 3-2. Very sultry. Hell yeah. It's like a tarantella. This is fun. These giant scores do not fit on the page. Love the vibraphone. Grandpa's. I fixed your piece. It's a 0. It's a 0 out of 10, but I'm gonna fix it. It needs a fucking narrator. This shit would be so tight. Would be so tight if it was for orchestra and narrator. It's not actually a 0 out of 10. It's a really cool piece. I really like it. I love the tarantella dance. I love the liveliness of it. I love the super over the top, drama of it. This is absolutely right up my speed. Right up my speed? My speed. Right up my alley. Right up my nose. Speed! Right up my nose. Yeah, this is great. This is great. I think it would be super dope with some kind of narrator telling the story about Dolus Karvis. Let's see. Dolus Karvis lore. I don't know. Is Dolus Karvis... The main inspiration of this piece is the name of the piece itself. Okay, I got you. That was worded oddly. It's like, wait, what? Watch, here we go. We're gonna do this for reals. Check this out, y'all. Behold, Sir Dolus Karvis, the artist, harboring thoughts of intrigue, drawing his inspiration, a sorcerer, a wizard with the quill, if you will. He who paints ain't for the faint of heart, but rest upon his taint, piercing like a dart. Be wary and not troubled, for when he arrives... You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got theater in it, man. It's got so much theater. It's so tight. I don't, I'm not really one to, offer advice. Just kidding. But I think it could be really cool with that extra theatrical element. Or maybe this could function really as a cool dance piece, I think. But it's fun as an orchestral piece as it is anyway. Like, it's fun, it's lively, there's nothing wrong with it. I just think that it could have something cool. As far as the tonality, like the harmonic, it is a lot of B minor. A lot of B minor. A lot of this 1 down 4 1 1 5 1 5 1 1 1 1 1 4 and 1 6 1 6 5 5 1. Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, this piece would not do well if you had harmony similar to Alicia's piece, which was far more harmonically dense and complex. But I think, if you had, like, a part where it's, like, a really strong D major that goes into a strong G major, or, like, a F sharp major would be kind of cool. Like, moving into, a strong parallel major, relative major, chromatic median, fill in the blank. Like, hey, you take your pick. Any one of them would have worked. Maybe some modulation, a little bit of transposition here and there, just to spice things up, easy fix. I mean, it would literally be just you going into whatever notation software you're using and just being like, transpose down a third, high goat. And maybe getting a little bit more eccentric with some of the percussion, right? Again, refer to Alicia's piece, a lot of great percussion in it, right? Whereas you had some really good percussion parts, but it was mostly like that straight ahead tambourine. Don't get rid of the consistent rhythm, dum da dum da dum da dum, but really go wild with the percussion. Those would be the major changes. Like, if you didn't want to add a narrator, that's fine. But I would definitely work to add some more tonal shifts. A little bit of a mood change in the tonality. Harmonically. and then do more with the percussion. And this would be a really exceptional, like it's a good piece, but I think it could be a great piece. If you submitted in previous streams, please resubmit just for my own ease. Oh, we got a chat. Who dropped a super chat? I missed it. Hello, Archie. RC. So, yeah, this was I like this a lot. This is a 7.7. 7.7. Easy 7.7. 3 points docked for, or 0.3. Maybe a 77. 3 points docked for just, all sitting in more or less the same key. 1 full point docked for the percussion writing, and 1 point docked for originality. So, really cool. Yeah, a solid C. I like it. Thank you for submitting. I really appreciate you feeling comfortable and being vulnerable with us and sharing your music, man. We really appreciate it. Kudos to the artwork also. All right, moving on to the super chats. We have, don't forget to drop super chats because I'm a broke boy. You know what I'm saying, bro? I got a mortgage, I got a kid, I got 2 dogs, I work a full-time job. If you want to throw a little dono in the chat, boy, you know what I'm saying? I don't get upset. Throw a little bread my way, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, I don't know what that was. Let's keep it moving. RC. I know I've asked your name before. Is it not RC? Am I tripping? Quartet for clarinet, violin, cello, and piano. Movement 3. Movement 3, you say. Here we go. And there's a score. Third movement. I wonder what the other 2 movements sound like. We'll never know. Here we go. I like this. Love. Are they playing in unison? highlight of the day so far. That shit was hilarious. That was so fun. What a cool piece. It was so, it started off, I was like, oh no. And then it like picked up and it just kept getting more ridiculous. Like not in a bad way. Obviously not in a bad way. It's just, it's very playful. It's interesting. It's odd. It's eccentric. It's idiosyncratic. It's esoteric. All those fancy 3-syllable words that have unnecessary C's and S's in them. It's super well organized. Like 10 out of 10 organization with pacing. This is also, sorry, for those of you that are new or are confused, I am super biased when it comes to chamber music. I like chamber music over concert music, over symphonic music. It's just, it is what it is. Sorry, not sorry. This is so good. So originally this bum 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 ba bum ba dum bum 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 bum. I was going to initially say that this 12, is it like the night of compound meters? Why is everything in compound meter tonight? It's actually tripping me up. It's like everything's got that. What is this? The 2025 is the year of compound meter. Like what the hell? What the hell, man? I was gonna criticize the compound meter and the dun dun da dun dun booty da dun, and I was like, okay, that's a very tropish rhythm. That's not good. Don't like it's way too old fashioned. But then you used it in such an effective way, and that's why I'm glad I didn't say anything, because that it was like as it continued to build, it just made structural and coherent sense. Right? Like it's fun. It works. It adds to this playfulness. And the transition, like this transition, just like chef's kiss, bruh. Shit is absolute gas. Even the ending with the weird little blum, 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 blum. I think you need a little more dynamics, and change the tempo more. Allegro con fuoco. It should be like Allegro con scherzatino or something. I don't know. It's playful. Like it somehow exists in this realm of being serious. Like I take the music very seriously. And the music sounds very serious. Like it's not haha, it's funny, a joke funny. It's playful in that it's a fun. It's playful, but it's serious. I don't know if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like when you go see a children's play and the actors are really good and you're like really invested, and then there's moments of like self-awareness that they're kids playing adults. And then it like adds gravity to it, even though it's still playful. I don't know if that was a good analogy, but I felt like it was. I would make sure you add more dynamics and slurs. It seems like everything is either tongued or bowed, and I don't think that's the case. So make sure you're adding slurs, please, particularly in the string and clarinet and wind writing. This is great. This is so good. I mean, the use of diatonic chords that kind of go a little sideways at times. The rhythm, it stays active, but never, it stays active, but it's never, it doesn't feel too busy. You know what I mean? Like it maintains a healthy balance. This is just great. This is absolutely spectacular. I love it. This is my favorite one so far. Charming, yeah. I don't know what it cannot. Is it a 10? I feel like it can't be a 10. There wasn't anything I don't like about it. Like, the score is hideous. The score is hideous. Like, this is the most, like, default Muse score. And, like, you know, you have a little bit of dynamics, but it's just ugly to look at. The spacing is ugly. So, you know, but I can't, like, that has nothing to do with the music. I guess the reason that, and this is like, and this is terrible feedback because this doesn't, but like, it doesn't have weight. Like, it doesn't have, like, it's fun, it's playful, but it doesn't have, like, I don't know how else to say it. It doesn't have weight to it. Like, it's playful and fun. It looks like hell of a lot of fun to play, but it, you know, it doesn't leave like, wow, like a lasting impact on me the way that other submissions have in the past streams. So it's a 9 because it's too light, if that makes sense. You know, there's not enough drama in it, or there's nothing in it that like intellectually stimulated me necessarily. Like, this was just like a beautiful tickling of the brain, right? This is like good. This is like eating a delicious plate of nachos. You know, like you use like Cool Ranch Doritos and you melt a shitload of cheese and put some ground beef and jalapenos on it, and it's like, this plate of nachos is fire. Fire fucking nachos. But it's like, you know, nachos aren't the same thing as like a steak dinner with potatoes and, you know, a glass of red wine, even though I don't drink anymore. Who here knows that I'm an alcoholic? Yeah, and maybe, it's funny, maybe some of that weight and seriousness would have been conveyed if it had dynamics, articulations, and such, but yeah, it's a 9. Easy. Easiest 9 I've ever given. 9.0. Frick yeah. Highly recommend. Tundra's Piano. This is my first one of these streams. Loving the submissions and feedback. It's all great. Tundra, thank you so much for the $5 donation. You are an absolute goat. So we are going to get back to Shark. Don't worry, my friend. I will get back to you. But we got to jump into super chats. Tundra Piano. Watching the snow alone. Oh my god, it snowed here. That is so freaking real. So I'm super excited. I love new people, love new faces, love music. So here we go. I just want to say, this is an example of a title that absolutely makes all the difference in the world. The title provided context. Titles are important, y'all. 4. And then with the ostinato moves up the octave. Clever use the way they're modulating between the major and minor. love these little pauses on the 7. Yeah, buddy. Buzzing strings and the whatever VST you're using is kind of cute. It's a cool thing. Yeah, gotta end on that little little 9, that add 6 joint. All right, cool. Very cool. A lot of things to doodle. What programs I'm looking at? I'm just looking at whatever you submit via the form. Doesn't matter. All right, so I got a couple of things to say about that. One, believe it or not, and I don't know why.
Jonah DiLeonardo on barysax and Jackson Pratt.
What the fuck is going on?
Thank you.
That scared the shit out of me. So I have a soft spot for what we would call like new age piano, which is what that was, right? It's a genre of piano playing. Some pianists don't. Jazz musicians turn their nose up at it. Classical musicians turn their nose up at it. Rock musicians turn their nose up at it. Because those people have no class and no taste. That is a good example of new age piano music, right? It's that kind of right, that kind of a thing. Yeah, I knowdy. Yeah, people get snobbish about it. I have a soft spot for it. I like it. I like playing it. I think it's peaceful to listen to. I think it's a cool little bit of music. There's nothing wrong. However, with that said, that piece in particular was a little long. I do not know if it is justified in its length. So we talk about form, but within form, like the form was very good. It was very well organized. However, and I think this is a humongous separation between great pieces, good pieces, and great pieces. So the last piece that we listened to was a great example of not only retaining excellent form, but retaining excellent proportion. You want to be thinking about that. You want to be thinking about scope and proportion of what's happening, the devices and musical ideas that you're using, and how you are executing them in real time, right? It was a lot of similarities throughout. It was 5.5 minutes. Now, granted, that's sort of a characteristic of this genre of music. So, like that kind of music that would be playing in a spa, in the background, and that's fine. Some people, they would go to a concert, like a sound bath to really enjoy, and that works. However, if we're strictly speaking like music composition, which we are, because that's what this is, it's a little long. It's a little long-winded. From a musical standpoint, again, I know it's sort of stylistically coherent. The harmonic rhythm, which is the rate in which the chords change, it was a lot of like 1, 2, 3 chord change, 2, 3 chord change, right? That kind of then change and change. And then, are we back? We're back. That was weird. Crazy. All right, here we go. That was wild. I don't know. I died. So, don't be afraid to stay on one chord for longer. Don't be afraid to change chords a little bit quicker. work through a little bit of, not having all of the chords change at the same time, right? Yeah, that was weird. I don't, my shit died or something. Who knows? So, within its style, it was a 9 out of 10, because, it was what it was. But then points docked for some of the the proportions, right? The pacing. So I mean, like, full point, it was too long. And that's the composition. Aesthetically, there were some really interesting harmonies that you used that were unexpected. There were at least 3 times that I counted where I thought it was going to go to one chord, it went to a different chord. And I was like, oh, sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. So, 0.5 for that. Yeah, so 8.5. Yeah, 8.5. That price comes as a surprise, but it was very well done. Right? I like to meet pieces of music where they're at. Right? I'm not going to be like, oh, this, it only had, it was a pop song. Well, I love pop music. Cool. All right, let's keep it moving. Shark. That, by the way, one more time, that was a first time Tundra piano, Watching the Snow Alone, with a great title. So once again, Tundra, thank you for submitting. Thank you for feeling comfortable and sharing your music with us. Appreciate you. All right, Shark, we're back. Chiptune. Back at it. Here we go. This is called Unnamed 2. I think it's actually called Underestimation. Underestimation. Here we go. Me when I masturbate. classic chiptune MIDI, dungeon crawling, top scroller, classic. Nothing wrong with it. See, this is like my kryptonite. Those of you on the stream know that I have trouble with the chiptune MIDI stuff, and it's not because I don't like it, it's because it's just not my thing. And I'm continuing to better understand it. And so this is like exposure therapy. Hello, literally nothing. Good to see you. So I'm not trying to bash it, obviously. It's a vibe, it's an aesthetic, it is just something that is difficult for me to, I don't know, it's hard to describe. Like, I don't want to say it all sounds the same, but it's all of this. So people say the same thing about jazz, right? It's all just... Right? That was terrible. Whatever. But, people listen to that, it's like, it's just a bunch of which is reductive and not true. Not all jazz is that. But, to a lot of non-jazz fans who, it sounds like jazz. Like, it's jazz. It's jazz piano. That is what it is. And so, that is kind of where my head is at with the MIDI chiptune stuff. So what that makes me say is, what is it in that music that is going to make me say, whoa? I like drums. I like electronic drums. I like electronic music that has drums. I love trap music. I love EDM. I love, like Berlin deep techno. I like feeling drums in electronic music. And so, thank you, Rosie, for the 2. So I'm going to always, miss that when it's not there. And I'm not saying it needs that, but I need it to have that feeling. And if it doesn't have that, drum that I'm feeling, then it needs to have something else that grabs my attention, not necessarily why make music for me? No, make music for you because you enjoy making music. That's what it's all about. However, it's something to consider, what can I put in this music that is going to make a meaningful impact on a person? And for me, that would be melody. That, I don't know. That was a vague impression, but when you think of something like a Koji Kondo, from Super Mario, it is so distinct. It is so instantly recognizable, and because the melodic writing is good, right? Ba-da-da-da-da-dun-dun. You know what I'm saying? Bum, da-da-da-dum-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum-da-dum. Hyrule Castle, ba-da-da-dum-da-da-dum, is there a reason you can't submit a MIDI file? No, there's no reason. What? So, I would really struggle. I would really challenge you to start working on your melodies. You can submit anything. Why? There's no rules to submitting. Submit whatever you want. It could be a painting for all I care. So, yeah. It's, you know, as a MIDI chiptune, dungeon crawling, top scroller, it's a 10, right? It's perfect. It's great. The slides are great. I love it. You know, as a piece of music, I don't know what's moving me. You know, it's a pleasure to listen to, but it's not captivating me. So, with that, a 7.2. No, a 7. You get a 7 today, Shark. I want melody. Give me melody. High-tech EDM. Literally nothing. I want high-tech EDM. Alright, but it's that time of night, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary friends. The man, the myth, the legend. We know him. We love him. No further ado. McNeil Sketchley. Ukraine is very flat. You know the lore. You know the story. The enigma himself. I said without further ado, and I'm giving the adieu. My favorite composer, maybe ever. McNeil Sketchley. Ukraine is very flat. There's very, very soft sounds. I don't know if you can hear them. The audio's not normalized, so it's pretty quiet. no way. Wait. Hold on. The percussion jump scare. This is so crazy. Okay. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. This is why there's lore. This is why there is lore. I was literally opening up a DAW to be like, McNeil, we talked about this on your first stream, is that you need to normalize. It was too quiet. It was taking me out. Like, it was like, I couldn't quite put my finger on it. But then you had those two beats. Bear with me, everyone. Those like two beats where it was like the percussion just punched in, and that contextualized everything. Like, this is the theory, is that you're not supposed to hear it. It's far away. Because listen to the beginning. Listen to the beginning. It's audible. It's not loud, but it's present, right? Like, I wish that was more encompassing, but it's like, we all have these human experiences of, like, when you have an idea of something and you are so excited to start putting that idea, and it seems like the more you work on the idea, whether it's music or cooking or relationship, and it seems like this diminished return, and it's like, why? And then the more you work on it, the more disappointed you are, because you set yourself up to be excited about something that just wears you down, and it just feels far away. Like, it's like, man, how can I feel like I'm supposed to be close to this thing, but it still feels far away, and it just gives you that absolute sort of hollow emptiness. But it's not sad. It's just a little out of reach. But you keep listening because you're like, what? You keep waiting because it's going to be. You're hoping for the payoff, and then you get that little bloomp. Bloomp. It's genius. I thought it broke. I thought it was a dud. I didn't trust the process. I apologize. I was judging it on and then just that. See, this is why musical moments are so important. Just that literally like a quarter of a second, that millisecond of where the percussion contextualized the entire piece. It's far away. You're not supposed to hear it. You're not supposed to get it. Because not everything, you can't always get everything that you think you deserve. God damn it. There's a fucking reason that McNeil Sketchley is my favorite. Ugh. I swear to God, I'm going to do a video essay on this motherfucker. It's crazy. Absolutely insane. So cool. It's not easy to listen. Like, I would say McNeil's music is more like reading a book than it is listening to music. I don't know if that makes sense, but like it requires effort, but it is, and that's exactly why you read, because you enjoy the process of it. You cannot passively consume McNeil Sketchley's music. But who's to say? McNeil may be endless, timeless, without bounds. And the title, Ukraine is very flat. I could go into a whole nother fucking lecture on, like, you know, the parallels between how our social narratives sort of circle around the war in Ukraine and how it became sort of a trend, you know, and everybody stood with Ukraine. Now everyone stands with Palestine, and now, you know, everybody stands with Luigi Mangione, and, you know, sort of these social narrative structures. And then it's like this reach, this ideal, and then, but it's sort of this lost but not forgotten but pushed to the wayside. And it's really a testament to sort of our consumerist nature. Okay, I swear to God, I'm done. God damn it. It's crazy. Alicia, thank you so much for the $2. We got some super chats going on. We got Rhodesy for another Prelude 11. Alicia with another one. McNeil Sketchley going absolutely crazy. JJ Composer with the 20,000. We don't even know what COP to that is. Colombian peso, right? That's the, yeah, thank you for the $20,000 donation. Life-changing. JJ Composer, thank you so much. We love JJ. All right, JJ it is, and then Alicia, and then Rhodesy. Shark, peace. Thanks for stumming in. Oh, a trio, Rhodesy. We're going to do the trio. Fugilogy. Wait a minute, Jay. Jay, did I put... Wait, Jay, are you using Fugilogy against me? It's crazy. I forget that I told people that. I do want to also go to Doodle. All right, let's jump into... Let's get the super chats. I definitely want to get to Doodle's music. And it sounds like I owe Jay... Good night. And I owe Jay Weaver, but I feel like did I give you permit? I need to, this is sneaky. All right. JJ Composer is up with their piece entitled Nocturne in B flat. B down minor. Oh, I remember this. Okay, this is all coming back. I know who you are. I know what this is. We're in for some...
I'm done spending an obscene amount of money on takeout every week. Done.
I'm getting back on
Okay, advertisements.
track with Factor.
Fresh, never frozen meals prepared by chefs. This saves us so much time when we're chasing around our toddler.
I can get all the nutrition I need without having to obsess over it. I never run out of tasty, nutritious dinners thanks to Factor.
Factor has over 40 different dinner options.
Like protein plus.
22 Edo. those of you who are confused by the tuning, we're in 22 equal division of the octave. I'm like so confused. I feel like this score is not right. Cool. Okay. So again, for those of you that are not familiar with, this is 22 divisions of the octave. What? Chopin Piano Sonata. This is the octave is divided into 22 parts. So this is a microtonal piece, right? So we're seeing that's hence the bizarre time signatures. So this almost exists in the plane of what you might call theoretical music, right? It's not exactly music. I mean, it is music, of course. I have heard now a few pieces of this particular composer who in the past I'm remembering did arrangements of jazz tunes using alternate tuning, which I actually think is more engaging and more interesting because it takes the existence of something you're familiar with, like Misty was one that I remembered particularly. And so it's like you have this very familiar, conventionally beautiful tune, and then you are altering its tuning, which makes it have this otherness, which is really cool. Now, this is just a nocturne, so this is an example of absolute music in that it is a solely imagined microtonal nocturne, which in and of itself is interesting, but we are definitely left with wanting more out of the music in its existence because it's a MIDI recording, so it loses its otherness, whereas the jazz tunes, you can kind of still justify it as existing outside the realm of theoretical music because it has enough to latch onto. Okay, that was like a word count type comment. Because I don't dislike this, but it is such a foreign... Like, it's hard for me to analyze, to critique this, because it is an interesting idea. The MIDI makes it a little bit hard to listen to. And it is a piece of original... or is this... Like, or is this a known Nocturne? Oh, sorry. I don't recognize the melody, so if it's... I think this is an original Nocturne. So analyzing it from like a pianistic perspective, like it's a piano nocturne, isn't a really fair assessment, because that's not taking into account the peculiarities of the tuning system. However, divorcing the tuning system from the composition makes it also impossible to sort of critique. You know, in other words, I can't really critique it. Like, I like it because I like the fact that these things should exist, but I don't know if they should exist in MIDI form, and I don't know how else to interpret the music. Like, the melody isn't catchy. It's not designed to be. You know, it's not beautiful because the MIDI robs it of its beauty. It's just odd. I felt like I said a lot in a whole bunch of nothing at the same time. Rays, thank you for the $20. Oh my goodness, Super Chat's going absolutely crazy. Appreciate that. Hello, Rays. Thank you so much for the €20. That's crazy. So, with that, I do want to offer that the contour is rock solid. You know, left-hand arpeggios with a nice medium range melody, getting the thirds. You know, there's a very natural rise. And it kind of plateaus a little bit. The rhythmic stuff here adds to the peculiarity of it. You know, this is definitely sort of the climax of the piece. Some of this stuff looks a little dicey. Oh, no, that's rolled, so that works. Then you're introducing cluster chords into the microtonal stuff. The walking five is really cool. So again, the pacing is actually really strong in this. Right? It's well proportioned, but it's also just it's not noise, it's just it's a lot to digest, you know. You know, if this is food, you'd be like, it's glass. And you're like, what? It's glass food. What is glass food? I don't know. Really cool idea, very experimental. I would need to... This is one of those where, like, normally I say the music speaks for itself, but I think I would need some program notes to really digest this in a way that would make it meaningful. And so I would challenge you to find a way to write MIDI, piano, microtonal music that doesn't require questions. So I can't really score this. This is a boom out of 10 Yeah, I did. I also actually like the ending a lot. Somebody said I like the ending. I agree. It's a different rhythm out of 10. Super cool. Very experimental. I love it in theory. So it's a theoretical score of like a 7.5, right? It could be a 10 if I listen to a recording. But, you know, could also be a 3 if I listen to a recording. Hard to say. Really fun, engaging, you know, definitely made me think. And that's that, you know, if the idea is to challenge the ideas and aesthetics of music, well, by golly, you've done it. So, 10 out of 10 for aesthetic challenging. Thank you for sharing, JJ. I look forward to hearing more of yours and following your journey. Raise Music with the €20 super chat. Thank you so much. That is super generous of you. I really, really appreciate it. Frickin' W, man. WWW. Raise Music, cello skin theme. No more further ado. Let's get into it. Downloading the score now. Oh, it's a draft. Uh-oh. This is like the... That was so crazy. What? Bro, I can't. You fucking broke my shit. Dude. Going from... Just like going from like the most abstract, just stripping me of my humanity and dissecting my very perception of how and what I consume with this slow, somber, serious, deeply academic 22 division of the octave piano piece and making me question my sanity into like the most epic and just emotional heartstring piece of like cello concerto. Dude. That was like having a conversation on whether or not you and your wife are gonna get an abortion, and then someone shows up with, "Hey, I don't know if this is a good time, but I bought 400 cupcakes if you want some." Is this a good time? This is like finding out that your spouse has been secretly voting for, you've been ardent Democrats, and then you found out that your spouse secretly voted for Trump, and then someone walks in, is like, "Who wants to play Cards Against Humanity in the nude?" Okay. All right. So beautiful. Very, very cool. Beautiful score, too. So yeah, this is a lot. So I'm thinking this is, yeah, like this is a MIDI. This is like a sound library orchestra, but the cello is like it's a special VST. Like this is not. Like this is what we would call an orchestral mock-up, right? This isn't Muse score. This isn't Sibelius or Finale. This is a this is a mock-up done in a DAW using expensive VSTs. Or maybe not expensive VSTs, but VSTs. I imagine pretty pricey. Beautiful gut-wrenching, gorgeous soaring harmonies. Very cinematic. Very big. Very bold. You know, the articulation, the use of the cello. It's spectacular. You know, it's like it exists. It exists in that kind of weird space of I don't generally like or think that there's a lot of value in this like overly cinematic, gushing, epic music. Not value. That sounded wrong. That like, you know, this belongs in a movie score, right? You know, like a Marvel movie soundtrack or something. But the more serious, you know, like a Sofia Gwendolina violin concerto, you know, the more serious musicians are writing, the more serious composers are writing more abstract, sort of really dense, you know, expressive, but very, like, serious, more atonal or experimental, which is not even experimental. But this does a good job at keeping the interest without being cheesy. It's actually very easy to write music like this and make it... It's not easy to write music like this. It's easy for pieces like this to just sound corny and cheesy. And this is not. This is actually truly a powerful piece of music, right? And it's mostly... The orchestration is solid, right? But it's in the melodic writing. The strength in this piece is in the cello, in the melodic writing. It is showcasing that cello, and it is doing so beautifully. It is using very simple motifs, and I think that's where people get really kind of lost, is that they think their melodies have to be complicated. A well orchestrated simple melody that is a simple melody. It's an ascending G minor triad that goes down to like sort of outlining a flat 7, right? That goes down to the flat 6, but it's built and orchestrated around its simplicity in the melody, and then the use of the octave changes. I can't read tenor clef. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, so I'm not gonna play that part. And that's really what separates this. You leaned on using, you know, and then like this stuff, right? You know, keeping it really simple and with the repetition. You know, it's that G minor, but it's well orchestrated and it's not corny, right? Very, very solid. Oh my God, this part right at bar 61 where the accelerando into the repeated staccato. Yeah, like this piece of music, and this is another great thing. This is actually a really, there's a couple of dicey wind parts, but this is actually, this would be easy for an orchestra to play. This is a very easy, readable piece. It has a lot of utility, right? There's nothing hard about it, you know? So it'll be easy to, like, this is why this is a good piece, is because this will be easily performed. You know, an orchestra and a conductor could put this together in a couple of hours. What is going on in chat right now? What is happening? I'm like confused. So yeah, rock solid. I would have liked to have heard a little bit more of like a mysterious section, right? It was all epic, didn't have a lot of mystery in it, right? I would have liked to have heard a section of a little mystery, right? That would have been fun. But other than that, yeah. So the lack of mystery is going to dock you a full point, right? Just because it's well paced, it's well structured. Yeah, actually, I think it could have. It very rarely do I say something should have been longer, but I think it should have been longer and had somewhere in there a mysterious section. I don't know what the hell is going on in chat. You guys are just going crazy. But yeah. Super, super cool. 9 out of 10. Absolutely love it. Ray, is this your first time? Was this your first time submitting? It's fire. It's absolute fire. Very, very cool. All right, let's keep moving. I think Star Sparks is up next. Yes. Oh, a Cash App. Oh, hey, Dylan with the Cash App. Thank you. I see that now. I had my phone on and was not paying attention. I did not get a... Cash App didn't give me a notification. That's crazy. Thank you, DD Cooper. I appreciate that. Hooray. Spicy Tear. The man. Thank you, DD Cooper. Appreciate you. All right, Star Sparks. We're still on Super Chats, yes. And I fear that we have 1 hour left in the stream, and we might be stuck on Super Chats for the rest of the stream because all y'all are incredible, and I appreciate the Super Chats. All right, let's keep things moving. Super Chats. Alicia, yes. Yeah, don't worry. Everybody's still in it. All right, let's go to yeah. Remember, Cash App and Venmo, that prioritizes you because that's untaxed, right? YouTube's not going to take its 25, 40% or whatever. So I appreciate the Super Chats, but I really appreciate the Cash Apps. All right, DD Cooper, Bar Food, singer-songwriter, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary friends, let's get it. This is DD Cooper with the Spicy Tear.
Come, I have everything. Food, drinks, beds, baths, men, women.
If I write rose, it blooms in my hand, and the bees come to feed.
Our bees make honey, but your flies make shit.
Boys and girls, it's time to uprise. Stomping ground under which love lies. Clap along with the crowd and get hypnotized. That group in the lab that is used to synthesize. Good feelings getting lost in those puppy eyes. Lovey-dovey drove a buggy off the highest highs. Chemical, cynical, just to monetize. Analyze a bond with my patent method love eyes.
Revolt, you thick-skulled idiot! Bitching and moaning about
about the price of Oreos.
Despite Buddha capitalism, the iron thumb on the heads of the proletariat.
The tree of good and evil was in the mushroom.
Can you think of anything more ludicrous in your life?
Philosophical stone of what LSD.
Am I lazy or am I just crazy? Rags back to the bank that just paid me. Been taking long strolls through the garden lately. Wondering who got buried to be pushing up those daisies. Books by the greats, having trouble setting fate. Fake snakes, drink drying up the Great Lakes. Have faith, only at a settled rate. Hit the ocean with the rock bucket and wait. Your body is full, your eyes need a rest. Outside the world is put to test. The letters as dear, the scribble of words is proof that you're here. And on to the day, your factions got
I fucking love this.
Suddenly surmise a sermon or surprise section of suddenly that's about the size. Sections on sandwiches, sandals and stir fries. Subject to subject, we switch sides. Haven't you noticed the potential potence of possible freedom? Failing for focus, horsepower humming and people will follow. Then turn up their nose and it's focus. Bird bones, burger joint and a stuffed shirt. Logging off, popping off just to feel the hurt. Disc, tut, tut, living in a hut. Swish, swish, got my frozen fish strut. Ha! She loves me not. I'm a bot, she's a prop, loves a game, and I'm loose in the plot. Love lies when I'm parked in a lot. Love dies and I feel it a lot.
I founded the Academy. I give the awards. Here, you can win a trophy every year.
What a bore. They just sit there and take bennies with their face stuck in a bunch of books and a thumb up their ass.
You could have made history, and we are already forgetting you.
Big fucking intellectual. Oh, yes. I remember when the time when it was all very inspiring and enlightening.
But has it ever occurred to you, Wally, that the process that creates this boredom that we see in the world now may very well be a self-perpetuating, unconscious form of brainwashing created by a world totalitarian government based on money?
It's the most monstrously conceived
and that all of this is much more
dangerous communist plot we have ever had to face.
And me, a writer.
There'll be all these generations of suckers.
And a poet who should be having adventures.
Trying to figure out what the fuck they're doing on this fucking planet and all be full of shit.
Experiencing all the diversities and paradoxes and ironies of life. And passing over all the roads of the world.
It's also a fucking feud.
Making our own and shit. My farting around days are over, baby.
Nothing ever changes, man.
From this day on, I shall live every day as if it was my last.
50 years from now, we're all gonna be dead.
Idiots! Do you know what you are losing?
Okay. Hey. Think we have our first 10 of the stream. First 10 of the stream. That was just fucking great. That was just fucking cool. I don't know what else. I mean, I have a lot to say. Obviously, Captain Beefheart, Zappa fan, a little, maybe even a little bit of Primus in there. That's just. That was tight. That was good shit. That was good shit. Wait, is that not... Wait, who... That's not D.D. Cooper? That was definitely D.D. Cooper. Right? I'm so confused. Yes, okay. Yeah, let's see. Quirky, weird, fun. Please unlist the... Oh, right, yes. Doodle, are you Dionysus? I got your Doodle, if you're Dionysus, I did get your Cash App. Thank you for that. Okay, let's talk about it. Weird intro. Weird fucking intro. It was like, I'm gonna come. What was it?
Come.
Come. The sex noises at the beginning. 10 out of 10. So this is where this is where vocal performance takes the most, where it becomes most important, because the singing, the middle part in the middle where there was like the singing, the slow part, super cool. But like it was pitchy, right? The singing wasn't like right on quite in key, you know, it was pitchy. But like if you did pitch correction and auto-tune, it would ruin the whole vibe, right? The whole thing is this kind of fringe outsider, you know, kind of wonky extra yeah, it's a fringe outsider type vocal stuff because the performance is very... Man, I'll never forget Cordy, man. I shat all over this poor singer-songwriter. I think they were trying to do something, this kind of punk rock, and it just was not hitting. The vocal performance wasn't hitting. And Dee Dee, you really committed to the vocal performance, and that shined through. Because it made sense. Aesthetically, it fit the vibe of the song. It was just so tight. It was so good. I love the middle section. I love the weirdness. I love the weird little, like, Marxist interlude. That was super wild. That was so, yeah, it was cool. I am curious as to what the song is like about. You know, it was kind of hard to follow all the words, and then the samples that were thrown in, experimental, fun, engaging. My one critique would be the percussion was the drums were a bit thin. And there's a lot of, it seems like it's panned a little, so like the organ, guitar, synth stuff and vocals are panned left, and so are the drums, and so it's all sort of sitting here, whereas if you had that vocal in the center, the guitar left, and then the percussion drum on that slight right, it would balance out the mix more. And then like the synth MIDI brass, you know, yeah, I would work on some of the audio stereo imaging a little bit. Would be that's like a production technique, right? That middle part's giving McNeil Sketchley. Like the weird out of tune. What is this? It's like an organ or something. Yeah, this is fringe outsider music, man. This is so cool. I loved it. Absolutely. I'm so like, yeah. Percussion can be hard. Yeah, but yeah, spice it a little bit more. I'm not saying it needs like EDM drums, but she loves me not. I'm a bot. So the really she's a bot. So here with the kind of the classic 808, the Roland TR 808. The prop loves a game and I'm losing the plot. Love lies when like, and during that part the drums work, but when the guitars are going heavy. The heads of the proletariat. As a bond with my patent method love eyes. the drums are a little bit thin. So distort, slam like a soft clipper on those drums, throw a little bit of saturation, just make it nasty. Yeah. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. First 10 of the night. Congratulations, Dee Dee. Okay, let's keep things absolutely moving and grooving. Whenever you're on your alt. No, wait, what? All right, we're going to keep things moving. We have Doodle with the other super chat. We still have a lot of super chats. So I'm going to be totally honest, everybody. I have a hard stop at 11:30, which means we have 45 minutes of stream. If you have super chatted and I do not end up getting to you, you are guaranteed a spot at the beginning of next stream, I promise. But we have to go through the $5 super chats, then we'll move to the $2 super chats. But I can't guarantee that we'll make time for everybody, and so I just want to be honest. And I'm gonna come up with a code word so that I remember, okay? That you can use. I don't want to short anybody's time, but like I have a hard cutoff at 11:30 because I have to go to bed. I'm trying to be more responsible. Yeah. Whenever said the super chat from Whenever is me on the alt account. I figured it out. Okay, let's go to our newbie Doodle. Fedra's Lament. Once again, Dee Dee, thank you so much for sharing. That shit was absolutely bonker wild. Doodle made a message. Eternal Fedra's Lament go together. So I will pick one. I'm not going to do both. Do you want Doodle? Do you want Eternal Embers or Fedra's Lament? Which one? I'm not gonna do both. I wish I could do. I just don't have time to do both. So which one? I'm gonna skip the Le Mort d'un Imbécile. Which of the? Unless they're like one, or if they're only a minute or two long, I'll do both. But orchestral symphonic usually that's a lot to digest. I think you would rather me give you a reasonable amount of feedback on one piece. Then a short amount on two. Fedra. Okay, got it. Fedra's Lament. Orchestral Symphonic. First time Doodle. Dionysus. Here it is. Without any further ado. Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary friends. Fedra's Lament. Whoever Fedra is. Good strong intro, conviction. Nice little 5/4. very, very sweet. Very nice. I actually have a lot to say about that. There is. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna try and read through the comments. I feel like there's some backstory, but it's okay. All right. Yeah, I have a lot to say about this. This is one of those where like this is about to be a composition lesson. So buckle up. So first and foremost, your harmonic sensibilities are. Sorry, I just read a comment. McNeil is writing a book? ? Okay, sorry. Ignore chat for a second. We got to engage with our friend Dionysus. Your harmonic sensibilities are very lovely. There's some very beautiful moments. It's a cool piece. You know, I get the sort of the there's like a romantic fantasy setting, and I don't mean romantic in like the love way, unless that's what it's supposed to be. I just mean there is romance in the music, you know, the pentatonic usage. I got confused in the score quite a few times because I was like, I'm like, what are these? It was the way that it's the score is formatted. I don't know what these I don't know what some of these instruments are. So I was like, wait, what? Where is this? All right, let's go. Here we go. The orchestration needs work. I think your harmonic and melodic ideas are fine, you know, but I think they will be much better served if we work on some orchestration. So you have the horns playing, 4 French horns playing on every single page. Every single measure, the French horns are playing. It is nearly a 5-minute piece, and the horns don't have a break once. French horns are very dense. You have a GDZ, I don't know what that is at all, a wind instrument of some kind, an erhu, which I believe is a string, and an alto shent. Like, you have these, you know, I'm assuming they're Asian instruments. I don't know specifically. I'm not a... Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. So you have these other instruments that are resting for so much of the time, but the horns play the whole time, and it's French horn. It's a very dense, rich, and so I get it. French horns are very epic. They're very warm, but it gets very old if it's the only thing that's playing throughout the whole piece. So you definitely want to break that up and start adding in some of those harmonic and melodic ideas in other instruments, right? Break it apart a little bit. That's the first really big standout thing. Adding dynamics is a big thing. It doesn't have any dynamics in it except for this like opening decrescendo into a mezzo piano. This stuff here, this was the strongest ba-dum, da-dum, da-dum, ba-dee-da, dee-dum, dee-dum, dee-da, dee-da, da-da, was the strongest rhythmic figure in the theme, and I think you should have had more of it. That's a beautiful motif. Be-dum, dee-dum, da-da-dee-da. I like the pentatonic use, but it also all kind of stays in this D flat land, right? It's all kind of in D flat. I don't see... Are there any accidentals? I didn't hear any, but I'm double check. Yeah, there were no accidentals, so it's all diatonic D flat. You know, it'd be really powerful to have a point of modulation where it goes into G flat or maybe goes into C major. Maybe not C, probably G major. Let's see. No. Yeah, going to A major would be kind of tight. So yeah, definitely add some a little bit, you know, be a little bit more adventurous with your harmonies in, you know, some non-diatonic chords. Excuse me, experiment a little bit with you know, where's your ear? You know, even just take it in your DAW and just transpose a section up a few steps and see how it sounds. You might be surprised at how much you like it. But yeah, the orchestration is the big thing. It's supposed to be short, but you got carried away. Honestly, that's relatable. Yeah, I think by the time I got to page 10, it was a lot of the same. Probably could trim the fat a little bit, right? So add some add some modulation, reorchestrate it a little bit, and trim, I don't know, maybe 10 to 15 bars, and that'll really improve. I could tell that you're a little bit newer at composing, but you're showing a lot of good potential because the pacing is actually pretty good, but it needs to be fleshed out more. So you've got a lot of potential here. So I'm gonna score you high, knowing and getting a sense of where you're at. I like your pentatonic melodies. I think they're beautiful. Some of the harmonic movement was gorgeous, really and truly. So you're gonna get, like, you're an 8, but you're walking on thin ice, friend. King BP, yes. I'll get you next time. So you're on thin ice with your 8. But yeah. Really cool. Also, I like subtitle. 8 out of 10. Excellent work. Really, yes. I'd love to do a resubmit of this piece. You know? Also, don't be afraid of a little tempo change in there. Nothing dramatic, right? I'm not saying like it's at 70 and then it goes to 180, but like a section that's maybe 92, and then it goes to a section that's like 55. You know, just oh, and this is a beaming thing. In terms of 5/4, you never want to have just a quarter note to a whole note. You would want to have a. So, for instance, this A flat. Have a quarter note A flat tied and then a dotted half note. We like to see 5 as like 3 plus 2, not 4 plus 1. So like quarter notes. Oh yeah, and add some rests. There's no rests anywhere. You know, don't be afraid to add breaks. All right. We got to finish up the oh my God. We got to finish up the $5 donos. Then we'll see about getting to the $2. Man, am I going to have to put a $5 minimum? I hate to do that to y'all, but like, man. I need to be... Whenever, I love your alt. Or whatever is your alt. That's hilarious. I love your alt picture. Stars, Sparks, you're up, finally. And then Rhodesy and Alicia after that if we have time. Star Sparks, you're still here, I hope, right? You wouldn't have left after a $5 dono, right? Stars is, of course. All right, Stars. We have where are you in the thing? Doodle, Violet, Rays, Jordan, Accessible. Where is Star? Oh, Star's... Bro, I've been trying to get to Showdown of the Cataclysmic Desires. Literally the entire stream. It was the first thing I was going to listen to in the stream, and I never quite got to it. All right. There's no score. Interesting. But it's for orchestral band. All right. No score. That's okay. Here we go. Cataclysmic Desires. Epic intro. was crazy. Holy shit. Holy shit balls. Holy shit balls in my nutsack. I don't even know where to begin. Okay, first of all, the production seemed to be having some major issues. Was that a like what is the, was that how did you make the actual like audio file, was that it sound like it's so canned. Like the guitar tone was good, but like the mixing of every, like, did you make this? What did you make this in? Because the mixing is just absolutely ungodly. Like, am I tripping? Like, it sounds like Muse score and then you added a MIDI guitar on top. But it's so fucking epic. Like, this is okay. The mix, I'm talking about the production. Like, you can't even hear the like, it literally sounds like you put a high pass filter on the whole thing. Like, it literally sounds like you put a high pass filter and shelved off everything. It's like, I'm like really confused. Like, it almost sounds like a mistake, like it exported wrong or something. Whenever, you can back me up on this, right? Like, the mixing, it's like, it's almost like it's something like weird happened. Like, I've never heard something so simultaneously epic and also flat. Like, how is it so quiet and squashed? It was like you threw everything into a soft clipper and just absolutely blasted the hell out of it and then turned the makeup gain down like 10 dB. I love those chords. Yeah, it sounds like it. Okay, I'm done talking about the mixing. This part's tight. So I would find a way to use fast attack string there. The strings are kind of, it's a little muddy. The harmony is wild, how it goes from that kind of more conventional heavy metal minor, like power metal, Dream Theater-esque, into these weird kind of atonal chords. Are super cool. Yeah, that the chromatic stuff. This is a great moment musically where the guitar has left off and now we just are left with the strings and the choir. That's really nice. That's so good. Well, and thin out the texture a little bit. Ba-dun. It's all unison, so dee-da, dee-da. You know, switch out some instruments, create more of this sort of stacking effect as opposed to like everything going at the same time. You know, don't be afraid to think about your layers as working like this. You know, sort of operating on the, what is that? The x-axis, right? You kind of have everything on the z-axis. Get it on the x-axis also. Oh, I love that chord. So good. That E flat. Well, it's a C sharp minor, right? Yeah, the G flat, and then when you finally get on the Picardy third is so tight. Oh, so good. We got one more after that. One more after this, and then we're going to have to hold off, and then we'll do a keyword for those that donated that I didn't get to today. I promise I'll get to you. We're going to come up with a safe word for next stream so that I get to you, because I have to get my rest, my beauty sleep. Okay. Compositionally brilliant. Absolutely epic. But some of the worst production I've ever... And I say that because I love you. Absolute brilliant composition, but like I can't even... Like, it sounds like something's wrong. Like, did you turn everything up, squash it? Like, it's almost like I feel like that music deserves to have someone else work on it for the mixing. Like, I owe you to fix it. Like, it's... Yeah, like... But I feel like the fixes could be super easy, so... Like, honestly, bro, just go crazy. Like, low end for the bass, keep low end for the drums, make sure it's gain staged. So, this is what I need you to do. Yeah, whenever. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to offer to mix it, but like I also know that like I probably won't if I offer to do it. I'm in the same boat. I'm like, because I could put together a mix on even just basic gain staging and basic EQing. Like, I could do it in like 10 minutes. Like, if it wasn't late, I would do it right now. So basically, the quick and easy fix is make sure you have your bass and your kick drum. You know, I don't even know what kind of drum kit you're using. Like, have space in the low end. Make sure that your choirs and strings, you know, you're cutting, I don't know, somewhere around 200 to 300. You know, just make space in the frequencies. But the most important thing is it that bad of a mixing job? The drums, specifically, yes. It's that bad that a 10-minute fix with somebody who knows how to gain stage and EQ could, in 10 minutes, make it sound 100 times better. Okay. It's the reason I'm saying it's that bad. No, of course I've heard worse mixed music. But, like, I've said this a million times in the streams. Like, the easier a fix is, the more critical I am, right? Because... So this is what I want you to do. Turn everything down. Turn everything down so that everything is quiet, and then you're, you know, at the loudest point, you're still at, like, negative 8 dB, right? Turn everything way down. Then create a balance that you like, and then slowly turn everything up. Because, and the drums have to be way more prevalent. It's basically the drums that I'm having the problem with. Oh my goodness. Hello, Pumpkin Pie. Thank you for the $5 donation. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Pumpkin. Appreciate that big time. All right, we're moving on to the last review of the night. Then we are going to do our keyword for next stream, and then we'll pick things up next week. All right, last stream of the night. Oh, score compositional 9, mixing 2. Overall score 7.5. And the fact that I'm giving that a 7.5 with that poor of a mixing job. Fucking great. But, I mean, the mixing's the easy part, right? The hard part is writing good music. You wrote good music. So your work is done. Brilliant. Almost done. All right. Maybe I'll do a little mixing stream. That'd be kind of fun. All right, last one of the night. Raymond. Raymond's music channel. Raymond, are you Raymond Doer or... I want to make sure that I'm doing the right person. Raymond, are you Grassy Meadows? Is that you? Bye, Star Spark. Thank you so much for submitting, man. Sorry if I came off a little strong. You're the best. Raymond Doer. Okay, Dower. All right, here we go. Last piece of the night. Grassy Meadows. Orchestral Symphonic. And then I'll come up with the keyword for next week for those of you, for Rhodesy, Alicia, and whenever. Here we go. Pirate theme song. Oh, I love it already. I see septuplets. Wait, what? Oh, here it goes. Okay. Where's the music? Why isn't it playing? Whoa. This is really good. I love that melody in the oboe, man. I'd probably put that high flute part maybe with a piccolo also. I don't know. Ooh, spooky. Does it really end like that? Does that... Wait. Is that really the end? That was... That's crazy. What a beautiful piece of music. Is it really called... Wait. Two questions. One, is it really called pirate-themed music? Or is it called Grassy Meadows? Because neither of those are good titles. And does it really end like that? Because I love that ending. So, at some point, one of my mods had changed the criteria that, like, the scores could only be so long. Like, I actually like the fact that it just ends like that. I like the weird ending. But yeah, I like, it could be longer. So here's the, okay. Great writing. Great melodic writing. You need to make sure you add your articulations and slurs. Dynamics are okay. There's not a lot going on in the dynamics. Some of your beaming. Also, some of your notation is weird. Like the oboe going between D and D sharp. Just have it alternate between D and E flat just for clarity. Yeah, Fabio said it. Like, it sounds like a music cue that, like, stops and then because something else happens. But to extend this, have that retardando. I mean, the fact that it just ends like that is cool, but if you wanted to add on to it, it wouldn't, like dee da dee dum da da dee da da, building to a big chord that lands on the chord and sort of peters out, you know. But I don't hate the ending at all. Super pretty, yeah, genuinely gorgeous. Excellent use of tempo changes. This is when like, this piece alone was only like less than 4 minutes long, right? The whole thing was like about 3 minutes long. And, you know, there's 1, 2, at least 4 tempo changes with ritardandos and accelerandos. and rallentandos and retardandos, all the ondos. But it didn't. I didn't get this sense that like, oh, now it's a tempo change. Like it felt very natural and flowed very naturally. These rhythms are. Yeah, they're all right. They're not that bad. Yeah, I think that these could be notated maybe more as grace notes on bar 4. Bia, bia, bia. Just for ease of reading, but it's not that bad. This is such a classic thing, like the tutti. Not tutti, but like the large force, and then it skips off into the horns. I hear that in pretty much every piece of music because it works. It's beautiful. I don't know if... Was it here? What's going on with my keyboard? All right, sometimes the keyboard... Oh, there it goes. Love the... Yeah, the sparse little... This section was my favorite, right here. Between 4 and 5. It's just, you know, where the flute is just sort of dancing on top of the strings. Really pretty, but I think you could add a little bit more ornamentation in the flutes. Developing this section here between 31 and 35, where you kind of have this weird quarter note triplet ostinati, and then have it sort of bounce around between the winds a little bit. You see what I'm saying? So so you have this part develop a little bit. I'm pointing at it like as if you can see what I'm talking about. Develop this part and have more bouncy winds. I think that was a really powerful moment. You kind of like what you were doing with here, only scatter it. You know, again, I think I said this earlier, having it more in this x-axis as opposed to always in the y-axis. A little under orchestrated here. And like I know you're going for sparsity. Choir, I'm not really sure. Are these supposed to be choir chords? Like if this violin is supposed to be a choir, just put the choir in the score, you know? And that will actually fill that out. So never mind, I'm realizing not under orchestrated. I just wasn't seeing it as a choir. And then you have choir marking in the flute. Like I don't know what that means. Yeah, why is the choir? I'm assuming it's a choir and not a violin playing these chords. But like having the strings doubling the choir would also kind of fill it out. High strings, especially the violins and the violas. Yeah, make it longer, man. You know, if you want to have a sudden... Like, this is way too gorgeous of a moment to just cut off. Develop this moment. You could still do the sudden ending, but develop this a little bit, build it out, and then, you know, come up with another way to sort of end it. Because this is just begging for that build-up into a payoff, you know? Yeah. Really feckin' beautiful, man. Absolutely love it. Unfinished, probably right now it's easily an 8.5. You know, it's just a little underdeveloped, I feel like. Like this is an outline, you know, has possibility for a 9.5. It does. The reason it's not a 10, it doesn't have that X factor. You know, what is the X factor? Who knows? Golly, I'm so tired. I can tell my brain is just shutting off. Raymond, when you finish it, send it to me. I want to see it. Remind me on another stream. And on that note, my brain has completely shut off. All right, we got to come up with our keyword for next stream for Alicia, Rhodesy, and whenever. Our keyword is Pomfinosh. Pomfinosh. It's spelled like this. Pomfinosh. Yeah, absolutely, Raymond. Thank you. That's the code word, Pomfinosh. Okay? Pomfinosh. I wrote it down and put it onto my computer so that I remember, because Fugalology is a childhood thing. Pomfinosh. All right. Okay. Time for me to go to bed. I'm literally falling asleep. Beautiful piece, Raymond. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you to everybody who shared your music. I appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who donated. For those of you that donated and didn't even get on the stream, you're still